The next movie in the Jurassic Park franchise is going to be coming out on July 2nd of 2025, and in this update from official sources working on the project, we've got a lot of cool things to discuss in relation to a sizzle reel featuring scenes that they've recently shot, and we also got wind of how important it was for Scarlett Johansson to secure Gareth Edwards as director on the film. Picking up a few years after the events of the Jurassic World trilogy, this movie is reported to being a dinosaur adventure that goes back to basics, with some rumors alleging that the Spinosaurus may be making an appearance. Over the last several years, I've been going over loads of Jurassic Park information, and I've even got some more info on canceled projects that they could be pulling story points and species from coming out in the near future. So if you'd like to learn more,
stick around.
I'm hearing Jurassic World Rebirth. Is that what we're calling it? What do they call it on set, this movie you're in?
I can't hear you. It's kind of...
Okay, fair enough. Okay,
what's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now, for today's video, I wanted to talk about some of the footage that Jonathan Bailey, one of the new cast members on Jurassic Park 7, got to recently see while working on the movie.
I saw a little teaser, sizzly something that they put together, and the John Williams score, and it was just like, you know, goosebumps.
Yeah.
So here we can see that the actors' enthusiasm for this project is pretty high, and it looks like that rumored title, Jurassic World Rebirth, may actually be the final name for the project after all. Now, I have seen some people speculating on that John Williams quote being a possible idea for a theory that, look, the man, the myth, the legend himself, John Williams, may be returning to score this new movie after not having done a Jurassic film since The Lost World. But we have no concrete confirmation on that just yet. I will say that the other speculation on this info being supportive of the idea of a trailer on the way soon is actually something we need to discuss. While I haven't seen any legitimate claims for a trailer due out this November, the standard idea for the newer Jurassic films, you know, the first two World movies, would suggest that a late 2024 date would be the perfect time for us to get a first look at the project. However, with the writer's strike and the pandemic still causing issues even after it's ended several years ago, I actually don't think a trailer is right around the corner anytime soon. However, I will say more on what we can expect later on in the video. In other news, Jurassic Park 7 is said to have loads of new Spinosaurus action this go around. After not being featured in a live-action movie since 2001, many people believe that the dinosaur would not be making a comeback, especially when it came back to an animated format in Camp Cretaceous. But if you've watched my channel over the years, you'll know that it was actually cut from both Fallen Kingdom and Dominion after nearly making it in the films. Now, for this movie, we don't have any official information from the production that the Spinosaurus is back in Jurassic World Rebirth, but if you remember the video I did a few weeks ago about that giant military boat getting attacked by something in the water, you should also now know that we have a much smaller vessel that has been capsized, and it looks like people are trying to wade through the water to safety, either getting on top of the boat or maybe even trying to swim to some nearby shore. With a much smaller boat than that military one, this could very well be the Spinosaurus. That's what a lot of people are speculating. And on a side note, personally, this is reminding me a lot of some of the movies I've reviewed on my second channel, Dragon Curve. I don't know why, but the movie The Shallows with Blake Lively is coming to mind. Check that out if you want to watch a really solid shark movie. Speaking of which, if this attack is not supposed to be from a Spinosaurus, it's rather too small of a boat to be something like the Mosasaur. That thing is way too gigantic, and I do want to bring up the fact that Jurassic World Evolution recently made a big deal about their Megalodon coming over in some DLC for the game. So could this be Jurassic's answer to the Meg series of films, and are we getting a giant prehistoric shark attack here? Or is it more likely that yes, it is the Spinosaurus coming back and they're actually riffing on that whole opening scene from JP3 for some added fun with this new entry? Whatever the creature may be, the consensus at this given time from fans is heavily leaning in the direction of Spinosaurus, but let me know in the comments down below what you think this attack could be from. Is it from Spinosaurus itself, or maybe not even dinosaur related at all? Another bit of news for this movie actually reveals a lot when it comes to the producing roles for the film, and how integral Gareth Edwards was for Jurassic World Rebirth to be steered in the right direction. Scarlett Johansson has gone gone on record to say that she is a massive fan of the original Jurassic Park. And Jonathan Bailey has recently stated that with David Koepp coming back on board to write the screenplay, this movie is really trying to go back to what made the brand so great to begin with. And part of Scarlett's personal adherence to this mission revolves around her own power in Jurassic Park 7's trajectory.
Really exciting. We have an incredible director, Gareth Edwards.
So get this news comes from Cinema Blend, where we can see that Scarlett has actually not only signed on to star in Jurassic World Rebirth, but that she is also signed on as a producer for the movie and had a major say in who directed the film, with, quote, "Scarlett has been in talks with the studio for months and made it clear that Gareth was her first choice to be the director. He wanted a big fee, but has now signed. With him being her top pick, she is now far more interested in being part of the movie, and her role as an actress and producer is justifiable." So Scarlett has actually put in a lot of effort in making sure this Jurassic Park film turns out the way she thinks will best suit the franchise, and her pick for Gareth Edwards as a first choice, that reveals a lot about some of the behind the scenes info on this project. Look guys, ask yourselves these questions. Why would she pick Gareth Edwards first and the studio go forward with David Leitch before parting ways with him just days later? Well, it looks like Scarlett Johansson may have taken her own Jurassic Park fandom and paired it up with a filmmaker who she thought would best pull this back to basics return off. And that filmmaker was Gareth Edwards, the director of 2014's Godzilla, the creator, and of course, Rogue One, one of the most well-liked Star Wars movies in the modern day. And after he finally came on board of the project, she was able to saddle up and fully commit to what is, interestingly, a much more involved process for a lead actor in a Jurassic Park movie than like ever before. She's a producer. She was even congratulated for joining the franchise by Jeff Goldblum himself, who I personally think needs to be in this movie any way they can get him in it. I mean, I don't know a soul out there that doesn't want more Ian Malcolm in their Jurassic movies, especially classic Malcolm from the first two films.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
So Scarlett, if you're out there listening, call up Goldblum and see if you can get him in this film. That's just a fan to a fan. Anyways, with that being said, I want to go back to the claims of the trailer may be soon on the way. Well, I personally don't think we will get a full-on trailer in November or December of this year. I do think we have a good possibility of seeing that sizzle reel they talked about, and maybe even a brief teaser or making a featurette video dropping on YouTube to sort of give us something to chew on before an eventual Super Bowl trailer is revealed. That's when I think we're going to get our first official trailer. A teaser or behind the scenes footage, that could come earlier. That's just the most logical thing I can think of as far as marketing goes right now, because believe it or not guys, there are still a lot of people who don't even know this movie is being made and going to be coming out soon. So the idea of them releasing a full-on trailer with CGI and finished editing, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me compared to the team cutting a killer promo to get the fans buzzing, if you know what I mean.
Nothing has happened here on Saturday night's main event. Omega.
So, new footage of a capsized boat, Scarlett's confirmation on her choice for Gareth to direct, Jonathan Bailey's tease in the film, and the speculation on when we could see new promotional material is what we've got to go over so far. What do you guys think? Is Spinosaurus going to be in this movie? What about Mosasaurus, Megalodon, or any sort of other dinosaur or prehistoric creature involving Scarlett Johansson's will and interest in making Jurassic Park old school Jurassic Park again? What kind of creature do you think Gareth Edwards would like to use? And when do you think we're going to be getting a trailer? Whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video. And as always, take it easy.